Hey Facebook fam, sorry audio was horrible. I have to completely retake this video, but before you click off, we're working on a no crank, no start situation on our 2020 KLX300R. And before you go away, this could apply to any other model of bike, so it's not limited to just this bike in particular. Stick around, I'll show you 3 different ways that we could actually fix this bike. We've got a $0 fix, we've got a $5, $6, $7 fix, and then we've got a nice old $100 fix. So let's jump right into it. All right, so here we go. We've got pretty basic, it's electric start. We hit our button and we turn the ignition on and we get nothing, right? There's no clicking, there's no chattering, there's no power shooting anywhere. So usually what I do, I grab my voltmeter. I like using a light tester because it lights up, but it doesn't give you the voltage. So, and then typically I leave them outside. They get wet, they get ruined. So I buy them here and all the time. So we're going to start at our battery. This particular bike, this setup is going to be very similar to about any other bike. And as you get older, it gets even simpler. So this particular bike here, we've got our battery in the back. We've got to take our seat off. We've got to take our cover off. We've got a solenoid switch here, right? And then this particular one has a 20 amp fuse up under our seat. We've got an inline fuse. So we're going to check those. We're going to check the voltage on our battery. We're going to check our voltage going to our starter solenoid. And then we're going to check our inline switch. So power, we're good. Where do we go from there? Another thing I do like to check personally, I do like to jump my solenoid that just confirms there's no issues with my solenoid. And what I mean by that, we've got a power in. And then when we push the start button, it engages your solenoid and shoots power to your starter. So we'll take just a regular pair of pliers and we'll just jump over and confirm that the bike does turn over. There, I jumped the solenoid, it turns over. So that tells me there, pretty confident the solenoid's good and our issue is somewhere else. So this particular bike, the fuses were good. Our inline fuse was good. We have a spare fuse here that could also be used in our solenoid. So it could be just as simple as a little, 50-cent, $1, fuse. So outside of that, now I'm going up and I'm checking my ignition switch. This particular bike, where did my switch go? Oh, bless America. Got my old switch, got my new switch. Plugged it back in. So we've got our switch in the front. This is actually a push button ignition. A lot of bikes have a keyed ignition. And then here is our push button start. On and off. This connects power and shoots everything out to the rest of the bike. Now, specific to this KLX300R, guys, and we've got, can we get in there? This is the button. This is the bottom where it's sealed, and we've got our cap. And then we've got our button. Where is the flipping? There it is. We've got our button. This slides up through here. And this mounts right here. Now, I think this is a poor design by Kawasaki. And if you have a KLX300R, you need to look into this and check your switch. Because I feel that it's very well sealed from the bottom, guys. And what that's happening, and you've got a moisture egress point on top of your switch. So basically, because it's so sealed at the bottom, and we have got an egress point in the top of the switch right here. Let me show you again, see? There's our moisture egress. So being so sealed, it's going to trap moisture like a bowl. And then you can see here where this switch, let me see, where's it at? Yes, there's our 2 point. There we go. There's our 2 points right there. And then these 2 wires, and actually one of these wires, I believe it was this one here, that went here, actually built up corrosion and broke loose. So then we weren't able to continue our voltage circulation through the bike. So let me show you. So we've got KLX300R, $100 fix, including shipping, part number 270100929. It's probably backwards on the camera, but that's okay. 27010-929, $100 shipped from Partzilla. We're gonna fix this one right because I'm trading it in. But just so proof of concept, you can do a $0 fix. And we will connect our wires, basically bypassing the ignition switch, and we're going to hardwire it. I'll plug it back into the bike. Starts. She shuts off. But if you do the hard wire, you gotta make sure you undo it. That way you don't drain your battery, because with those wires connected, it's shooting power through your system. So that is your $0 fix, and that is also a very simple trail fix. So if you do happen to have a KLX300R, check and make sure you got the right tools to where you can access and remove your ignition switch, and you can hardwire it if you have to, because I see this as a design flaw by Kawasaki, and eventually it's going to leave you stranded if you don't check on it. So $0 fix. We could throw a $5, $6, $7 toggle switch on it, and you know that's a little janky, but it works. And I'm going with the $100 fix, and we'll actually got a brand new Kawasaki Partzilla $100 switch. Unfortunately, I cannot believe it was $100 flipping, but I was expecting more, about 50 or 60, but we got inflation, and now we got our push button on. Got power. We can turn it off. So hopefully you guys learned something here, especially if you've got the 300R version here. Definitely, like I said, I cannot repeat this enough. Don't get stranded out there on the trails. Make sure you can access your ignition switch. Go ahead and tear it apart and check the condition on it and do some preventative maintenance. Add the ignition switch to your preventative maintenance. Check it. Check for corrosion. Throw you some WD-40 in there, whatever it may be. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and keep on riding.